What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Financial Seeds podcast, where we believe that financial freedom is built one conversation at a time. I'm your host, JimDre Westbrook, and every week we are here to empower families to go from striving to thriving by having smart, practical money talks. Today is a special day because it's season 2, y'all. We've been on a break for a minute, but now we are back. So thank you for rocking with us all last year, all season 1. But maybe you were brand new and this is just something you heard about, you just maybe stumbled upon. We are very, very grateful for you to be here. So myself, Bree, all of us here at Silver State Schools Credit Union, again, are very, very humbled, very grateful that you will be rocking with us all season long with the Financial Seeds podcast. Ask what's up. How do you feel about that, Bree?
It's so exciting. I'm so glad we're back. We had a little bit of a break, but I know we've been busy in the classrooms. We teach all the time in a lot of different schools, and we've been talking about season 2. So we're excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, y'all. And we felt that we wanted to go maybe deeper with some of the topics we've discussed last season. And for the first one, we're going to talk about that B word. I know that, this is a family finance podcast, so not that type of B word, but we are going to be talking about budgeting, right?
Yes.
And with budgeting, we have learned that most people don't struggle because they don't have a budget, right? It's because they struggle that their budget doesn't work. And if we give you a little bit of stats, 83% of Americans say that, increase in costs are the most common budgeting challenge. And we understand, what's going on in the world today, but we want to just help you and maybe talk about why most family budgets fail and what actually works instead. So, as I said, got Bree in the building with me. Shout out to Jackie as well.
Yeah.
We're going to go into this and, try to add some value as we can. So, let's just start with the truth. Most budgets don't fail because people are bad with money. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's good with money, but we, have to put some respect on it. And it's not because people are bad with money. They fail because the system isn't built for real life. So we want to make sure that when we speak about this budgeting thing, that there's a system in place that isn't this random thing that happens when you feel like it. So here's the first point, that most people may feel that budgets are too restrictive, right? That most budgets feel like punishment, where it's all about, don't spend this, cut that, stop that. But real life doesn't work like that. There needs to be kind of this fluidity, if you will, where this system works for you and your family. I'll ask you this, Bree. Like, have you seen that? Where people maybe start strong with their budget and then just kind of fall off a cliff? What are you seeing?
Myself included. Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's super common, right? Especially for folks who maybe are new to budgeting. That's like almost like a guaranteed thing.
Yeah.
It's part of learning. It's part of learning about what works for you, what doesn't work for you. But for sure, like I mentioned earlier, we're in the classrooms. We talk with staff, teachers. I think everyone kind of goes through that initially with budgeting. It's you go to extreme, you get kind of caught up and overwhelmed with, I'm not doing this, therefore I have to make up for that and then go really hard. But that's not the case, right? So we definitely do see that a lot. And I think we're going to hit some really great points. So if that's happened to you, don't worry, we're right there with you. And there's definitely ways that budgeting is going to help you, or it's not going to feel like this super restrictive thing.
Oh, yeah. Another point, no clear system, that people, just write numbers down, right? But they don't build a system. And so when money comes in, it just flows out randomly. And we've all kind of been there before. Another point could be no margin, right? There's no room for the life stuff, right? Life, kids, unexpected moments. So when that first thing that goes wrong, right? It's a wrap. Like their budget is gone. Just a couple more points that we want to share with y'all. Point number 4, no family alignment. So
Mhm.
you might have this one person who's trying to budget, but then the other person isn't bought in. If we're talking maybe about spouses, or the kids aren't part of the conversation. This was something, if you have been rocking with us last season, we
Mhm.
talked about
Yeah.
where we wanted this to become a family thing, right? So don't forget that. So when we talk about, budgets, and if they're not working, the question becomes like, what actually works, right? We know that money is important. It is a tool that we all need to finance our lives and do things with. But if we feel that this budgeting thing isn't working, what actually works? And I want to, take it to our next segment and kind of talk about what is going to work. At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we know that expanding your business should be about opportunity, not upfront expenses. That's why, for a limited time, we're offering $0 closing costs on commercial loans. Whether you're acquiring property, expanding your footprint, or investing in new equipment, you can save up to $25,000 and keep your capital working where it matters most. Explore your options at silverstatecu.com/no fee. I've said systems maybe 10 times already in 10 minutes, and it really is about creating this system. So we're going to give you a couple of principles that you may be able to, implement in this maybe new system. Maybe you're a family who's never done this before. You did it before. All those points that we made, that was you, and you just don't think it works. Let's try to create this system together. So here is the first principle. Maybe think of it as like a cash flow awareness first. So before you even budget, right?
Yes,
We
awareness.
want you to know, where is your money actually going?
Mhm.
We want you to know that because it's not what you think is happening. We want you to be like straight up, what is real? Because if you have money coming in, you have to know where that thing is going in order to better your situation from a budgeting standpoint. So, Bree, like, how important do you feel awareness is before figuring out the strategy?
Yeah, it's everything. Awareness is everything. I think most of us guess a lot,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Especially again if we've never really budgeted or we're just kind of starting off thinking about we need to budget, right? We're really unaware and it shows up in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
We just have no idea. I always tell folks, students, college students, parents, grandparents, anyone that's in our workshops,
Yeah.
I tell them, you gotta know the numbers. You
Yep.
have to look at the numbers. And
Yep.
sometimes that alone is really overwhelming
Hmm.
because you're already kind of maybe having some guilt about, oh, I know I spend too much or
Yep.
I'm not saving enough right now, right?
Hmm.
But that awareness is gonna really bring you out of that
Yeah.
guilt and
Yeah.
give you clarity, which is
Oh yeah.
really going to then from there you can build. And you know, we don't need to worry about guilt, shame. Like, we're all
Nope.
learning, we're all on this path,
Yep.
especially those of us who are new to financial literacy, right?
Hmm.
So, that's the main thing you want to do is like, you got to know what your goals are, and then you have to be real about what's going on. How much is coming in
Yeah.
every month, and how much is going out every month? You got to sit with those numbers. And even that alone will surprise you because I know another thing that I'm always talking about is like, we spend so much more on food than
Hmm.
we know.
Hmm.
And it's always surprising. You're
Yeah.
like, "What? I thought I was only spending, $100 a week on going out to eat." And then you look at those numbers and you're like, I forgot. Yeah, that's right. I did go to Starbucks. I did get
Yep.
boba on the same day. And
Yep.
then I forgot that, we had
Yep.
to do that pizza run and
Yep.
everything. So, awareness is crucial.
Yep. So another principle that we wanted to share with y'all is simple money structure. So instead of one account doing, everything, you can kind of break this thing up where if you're paying your bills, that comes out of an account, your spending account, your savings account. Because if you do it this way, now your money has direction, right? It's going somewhere in a good, positive way. It's just not this random thing that you're spending when you get a lot of money and then it's gone. You
Right.
want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and it's going in the way of where you want your life to go financially. Another principle could be a flexibility over perfection. So, perfect budgets, they don't exist. Like they just don't. Even if you have a lot of money, that's not a thing. So we want you to again have the system where it's real and it's adjustable. So we understand that life happens. We're old enough to know that things can and will happen, and your system should also adjust to when life happens to you.
Dre, I really love the point you made about the different accounts. I know we jumped into, kind of being more flexible and
Sure.
stuff, but I wanted to just bring it back really quick to that because I think having those different accounts, it also kind of helps with decision fatigue,
Mhm.
like, especially those of us adults working, living life, we've got families and everything. If you have that account that's just your bills, it's like it's so much easier. You don't have to worry about your spending account like,
Mhm.
when is it coming out
Yep.
for, my car payment? When is
Yep.
I got gas and money, I have to do this and that. But it's just makes life easier.
Mhm.
And some people too, um, I know back in the day you had the one account at the one bank or the one
Mhm.
credit union and
Mhm.
that was it. And people don't do that necessarily anymore. And hey, if you still are, that's fine, but
Yeah,
you can open more than one account.
you can.
You can
Oh
join
yeah.
us at Silver State Schools. We have awesome accounts,
Oh
You can
yeah.
have more than one account, and some people really find that that works, that you
Mhm.
have a certain account, a checking account that's all your bills, and then you
Yep.
have another account, like you said, that is for that spending, the everyday things, the things that you
Mhm.
enjoy.
Mhm.
So I just really wanted to highlight that point because I think it's such a game changer.
Oh yeah. Again, we encourage you to do all of these things, or maybe just something that you feel can really be beneficial to you. Just have a few more principles for you. We talked a little bit about this in season one as well, where we want you to give every dollar an assignment, right? So it's not about, having this strict control over your money, but again, being intentional. We want this intentional direction thing happening with your finances, that your finances are flowing into the way that you want your life to be. In order to do that, you have to assign every dollar. It can't just be random. Can't be just general. We want you to name every dollar where it has an assignment and it has a purpose for your life financially. The last one that we want to share with you is include enjoyment, right? You are a human being, so you are supposed to enjoy this thing called life. So if your system doesn't allow you to live, aka enjoy your life, it won't stick to you. Like this thing is not gonna work.
Right.
All the stuff that we're talking about in this episode and any other episode will not work for you. So when you think about your budget, it should support your life, not restrict it. Again, we don't want you to be like this. Like we don't want you to do that. We want you to be free flowing. We want you to have some financial freedom. But in order to do that, you have to have a budget, aka a system that will support the life that you want financially.
Dre, quick question. Do you have any cool examples of like how you and Tiff include fun stuff in your budget?
Sure. Yes, Bree. One of the things that we do every Friday, we attempt to have a date night. Rather, this is a date night at home where maybe we cook dinner, order dinner, or perhaps go out to eat at a restaurant here around town. One of our favorite things is that we have budgeted to take dancing lessons.
Yes,
That
that's
is
awesome.
something that my wife, she is a great dancer. I'm also a pretty good dancer too, but she loves to dance. So we don't have to go to the classes. Usually we dance around the house, but we have budgeted for that activity so we can just have fun, and we like
Mhm.
music and we dance together. So that is something that for this principle 5, I want us to always enjoy
Yeah.
our lives together as a married couple. That's, like the one of the most important things to me. So yeah, I really, really vibe with this principle 5. You gotta have money. Excuse me, you gotta have fun. And
Yeah.
it does take some money to have some of the fun. So that's one of the ways we have budgeted for that.
Cool. Yeah, I love that.
Real quick, if you're listening to this and thinking, students need to hear this, we got you. At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we offer free K through 12 financial literacy workshops and hands-on experiences that help students understand money in real life. Tap in with us online or inside the branch and bring it to your school. All right, let's get back into the episode. All right, so we're gonna maybe transition this thing because we are understanding, if you've been rocking with us this whole time, of what works. So now we want to kind of make this thing practical. So if you're listening right now and you're thinking, all right, Dre, all right, Bree, I'm hearing you, but my budget still is not working. Like, what do I need to do to make this thing happen? So we're going to give you a couple of steps to make that budget work for you, that system work for you. So step one could be tracking for 7 days,
Mhm.
right? Again, this isn't the rest of your life. We want to make this super practical for you so you can see if it can work for you or not. So step one, we want to make sure that we track for 7 days. Don't change anything. So like you say
Right.
it's not working, but let's really see, I guess, if that's true and why that may be happening. So just observe. I know for a lot of us that may be hard where we want to go in and try to fix everything right
Right.
away. But step one, let's track it for 7 days. Don't change a thing. Just observe. Step two, build a simple system. So let's just start with 2 or 3 accounts max.
Mhm.
Again, you don't need 12, 20 accounts. Like let's simplify it and start with those, keeping it very simple. Step three, let's have a family conversation. You might want to
Yeah.
sit down and ask what matters to us financially.
Right.
Again, going back for what we learned in season 1, budgeting, this is a family thing. This should be a family activity, not just, your parents, not just the adults in the room. Let's sit down and really figure out what matters to us financially.
Mhm.
Step 4, start small. So again, don't overhaul everything. Fix one thing first. So maybe that is our going out to eat. Maybe we're eating out too much as a family every night. Maybe that shouldn't be a every night thing. Maybe that should be a couple of times a week.
Mhm.
But just fix that thing and don't try to fix every single thing. Those are the 4 steps we want you to try. This week's financial C is this. If there's one thing we want you to take away from this episode, it is that budgeting isn't about restriction. It's about alignment. So everything that we've been sharing with you is all about you aligning your finances for the life that you want. When your money aligns with your life, everything changes. Like everything changes. So all of those steps, all of those principles that we talked about, if you're consistent with them, consistency beats intensity every time. We don't want you to just do this once and just stop spending for a month. That's not realistic. We want you to be realistic in everything that you're doing financially. And if you're able to do that, you will see the change you want. You will get the life that you want financially, but it does take alignment. It's all about you aligning your finances with the life you currently have and for the life that you want. Bree, final thoughts in this episode, our first episode for
Yes.
season 2.
Yeah. Well, I have so many, but I know we gotta go because we're busy over here. So I'll keep it short. But I think, our whole vision with the Financial Seeds podcast and the work that we do, and really at the credit union, we want you to be confident. We want you to feel confident about your financial journey. So the more that you understand about your money, the more that you start to put into some of these things into practice in your own homes, that's going to impact you and impact your family so much. So we just want to, thank you for hanging out with us, and know that we are here as your partner, and we just want to give that to you. So that's my final thought for today.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much for always being a value to us in the podcast and the whole entire team here. Before you go, we always have to let you know how you can stay connected to us. Please don't let this be your very first and last time connecting with the Financial Seeds podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things. We want you to be plugged in and locked into the entire season. The only way to do that is you must do everything that I just said and follow us on social media. Follow us on all our accounts on social media, and please share this with at least 10 people you know. Budgeting is real, but we want you to have that life that you want financially, not just for you. Tell your friends, tell your family members, let everyone in your household watch and or listen to this, because again, we can't wait to see you get that life that you want. So until next time, my name is JimDre, and please continue to keep planting those seeds.
The Financial Seeds podcast is powered by Silver State Schools Credit Union, hosted by JimDre Westbrook, co-hosted by Brianna Chaves, produced by Jackie Martin, and recorded in the Scott A. Arkhills production studio. The Financial Seeds podcast is for informational and educational purposes only, and is not intended as financial, legal, or tax advice. All opinions expressed are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Silver State Schools Credit Union. Listeners should consult with a qualified financial professional for advice specific to their individual situation.